your quick thoughts on the NFLPA's rank of the Chiefs facilities?
I will. Okay. So I'm going to definitely talk about it. And this is what I said. When I was playing, the Chiefs facilities was a little bit more nostalgia. And I think that's what it gives. It gives that air of, having this football world environment that a lot of people just don't have. I'm thinking of other places that may have something like this. And the only one I could come to my mind is Green Bay. That's the only one I could think of, like, the history, the experiences that the fans have that can really hang their hat upon it, right? That haven't really had too much to the stadium. Now, they've made some changes, some updates to it, but some of the ranks that they've said, I do believe that the Chiefs need to update the facilities, no doubt about it. It's better than what it has been. I just know sometimes when guys are comparing two different ways, okay? They're comparing from where they came from in college. As we know, there's a lot of money thrown into football facilities and organizations in college, all right, that I've been to places that will blow NFL teams out the water. The things that they have, their locker room, all the things they have around it, like they don't have to leave at all. They got everything there. I'm talking about everything. Or the other comparison is, well, we see SoFi, and then, of course, we see the Raiders get a new stadium themselves. So that's another thing that the guys got to compare it to. So we're doing a comparison. I'm just like, okay, what do I think about our facilities as compared to everybody else's? What do I think just in itself? So I'm sure there were some ratings that guys were like, look, there's things that could be updated. I don't think anything's wrong with that at all. I think it's guys expect, if you're winning championships, to have championship facilities. That's what they want. I think Clark and those guys have done a pretty good job trying to keep up what they can with what they need to do. Now, obviously, they've been talking about getting better. We've seen at least some sketches or blueprint about them changing some things up, maybe making some more suites on the field, which a lot of people are not happy with. I think I talked to somebody on Twitter, was like, hey, man, I'd love to hear about what you have to say tonight, because we can get into like just the recourse of what are you going to do with those seats, those people that's been here for 40 years, 35 years, whatever, season ticket holders, and you're taking away those seats, right? I think the only recourse, well, we'll get into that later. But let me continue on what we were just talking about, the facilities and training staff, nutritionists, and all those different things. It's only there for the guys to know. So I don't know what as far as like how they have the chefs and whatnot. I know when we were there, we had guys that would cook, and have meals, very tasty. But if you're used to a 5-star, okay, that some of these kids are coming from college, like a 5-star restaurant, a la carte, that's what they expecting for the NFL. And it may be disappointing to them because they're like, hey, man, wait a minute. I'm coming from Alabama, Oregon, and, we don't have this here at the Chiefs. Well, guess what, man? You're a grown man. You can go get whatever you need to get. You got plenty of money to go buy it yourself, okay? College was provided for you because, you weren't really making that much money. Now the landscape's changed a little bit now, obviously, with the NIL and guys getting paid. It's a little bit different. But I think sometimes they think like, look, when you come to work, you come to work. You're not coming here to get, all the amenities that you think that you should. Now, it's great to have these things, but sometimes guys are very particular about, maybe who they're touching their body as far as like with a massage, who's working on them as far as maybe strength coach, maybe their workouts. They're going to do all that during off season. But I do think that there's validity here in what's being said. Now, I don't know as far as like FDs and all of that was coming up. I'm not sure about that. But that's for guys to make a decision. I was talking to my nephew, Chad, because me and Chad always talk about, I came in, when I came in the league, I had Vet Stadium in Philadelphia. Veteran Stadium. Now, if y'all know anything about Veteran Stadium, okay, I'm going to put y'all onto something. Veteran Stadium was known for just rundown facilities, holes and peak holes everywhere through locker rooms, cheerleading rooms. It was notorious for those things. running on the field was turf, but it was like running on concrete. There was a wide receiver from the Bears, I can't think of his name right now, who was running down the field of Veach Stadium and blew out both knees, both ACLs. Nobody hit him. He was just running on the field. Jeez. They used to have the pitcher's mound. He used to sit up maybe 3 inches off in the field.
Wow.
And it was crazy because everybody would just trip on it. So this is what we would have back in those days, man, in those facilities of Veach Stadium. That's why they imploded it. They imploded it because on national TV, I think it was an Army and Navy game, the front row of people that was there fell on the ground. They literally fell out of the stadium, at the stands, onto the ground.
Well, that's what happened at FedEx Field like 2 years ago.
Oh, man. That Veach Stadium have been through everything. And historic site, gotta love for what it was, but that place needed to go. It was just being held up by 2 picks and probably duct tape.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully, I mean, I think it's funny that the timing of this report comes out the same day the Arrowhead Reimagined the thing comes out as well. I love that was like timed perfectly. Both things came out the same day. So whatever was ranking in there, don't worry, guys. We got this Reimagined Arrowhead coming your way soon.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, okay, and I'll leave it at that. Is I see this right here. I bet there are a lot of ex-Chiefs on their voting list that are butthurt that they're out there now. This is small news. It could be, yeah, definitely that. But I think players and guys there, it's anonymous who the guys are who's voted for this thing. And to be honest with you, man, a little bit it's just a privilege. I mean, you guys, man, they used to, it's like some really, really incredible facilities. I'm telling you, state of the art, like, man, everything you possibly need. And so, like I said, comparative, if you're looking at SoFi, and then you're looking at the Vegas's stadium, man, it's time for a new one. And these guys didn't even sniff the playoffs or the championship, right? So guys have every right, like, man, we don't win the Super Bowls. We need to get new facilities here. And I agree with that.
I mean, if anything, you don't have to knock down the place. I mean, just be very on top of the renovation stuff. That's pretty much it. Just be on top of it. Don't let it go too far where you're like, oh man, like we're still looking like we're in the 90s or early 2000s. Let's just update it every so often. I mean, hey, especially when we're making these deep playoff runs, we're making a lot of money, especially this team. And I think I saw someone online posted this. Apparently, Clark Hunt has a 3-bedroom like penthouse within the stadium. Some ridiculous 3-bedroom penthouse within the stadium, like for himself and his family, which is, I mean, if you can have a little 3-bedroom little penthouse in the stadium, you can update some stuff.
Look, man, hey, it belongs to them. That joker can have whatever he wants to. He can have a landing pad right up there by the scoreboard if he needed to. For his place. It's his house.
Yeah,
it's his house. It's his family's house. It's the Chiefs' house. It's the family, the players, the team. It's their house. But Clark's got to make sure. And I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's nice. It's plush. It's it's very comfortable as it should be. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, shoot, if you have your house, you got a stadium yourself, you're gonna make sure you're gonna be comfortable, right?
Yeah,
you're gonna make sure that. So yeah.
I will say that the Arrowhead Reimagined, the designs they came out today. We posted it on our YouTube channel earlier on our post, the community board. But I mean, it looks pretty sweet. I mean, they're gonna have a little mini football field out there, in the tailgate area. Because I mean, I think, and they're also gonna make use of once Kaufman goes to Kansas City, into the city. I mean, they're pretty much going to utilize that space there for more parking, more things to do. So I mean, it's, and obviously the parking and to get in and out of that place is a disaster. So whatever they do, hopefully they make that better, the in and out aspect of things. So yeah, I mean, looks like they're on to bigger and better things as far as the facilities, so they can take that report and whatever.
Well, I will say this: I don't think some of the response to it that they said were like, hey, we didn't have enough time because we were going so deep in the playoffs that we couldn't have done anything with it. I don't accept that. I'm like, hey, man, come on. Y'all could break ground right now on something, on plans, right? And so, yeah, I think it's important for guys to speak up and say whatever they need to say. But I know that Clark and those guys, the Hunt family, wants to do right by the guys. I have no problem with that. I know that for a fact they're going to do. I see my boy Malibu Stu down here talking about 700 level fights at the vet. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Only
Yeah, it
stadium
is.
had a real live judge underneath the stadium since all the fights they were having.
I was, man. Judge and jury at the vet stadium. The jail right there. It was crazy. That's crazy.
Classic. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.